Hey everybody, this is Brandon from Blackberry Smoke, and I recently discovered that I have an unlikely record in my collection that is worth some money. It's not worth tens of thousands of dollars, it's not even worth $1,000, but it's worth several $100s and well more than what was originally paid for it. Actually, it was a gift by one of my buddies in college, and it was bought from Manifest Music. It was a Carolina record and tapes and CD store. And it was the surprising thing about this is the record's not that old. It was purchased in 1994. That's not that long ago for me. For some people, that might be a long time ago. And the thing about the early and mid 90s, CDs ruled the day, so not a lot of vinyl was pressed. From my understanding, if you own Neil Young, Harvest Moon, or Tom Petty, Wildflowers on vinyl, it was purchased back then, and especially if it was a first edition, those records and the like are worth a good bit more than what you may have paid for them, and their value should continue to increase. All right, well, what record could I possibly be talking about? It is a first edition. I looked it up and looked up the catalog number and was very pleased to find that out. I will show you. First edition Division Bell. Yes, it's been opened because I did listen to it some back then. I didn't always have access to a record player, so it didn't get worn out. But what's special about this one is not only it's the first edition, but it's the blue vinyl. And you can see it's in really good shape. There are a couple of nicks on the corners. The gatefold is pretty pristine. But I've seen this thing online upwards of $450. So that's always a nice surprise when you have a record and you realize it's worth 10 or 12 times what you originally paid for it. That would lead you to believe its value will keep going up. So I'll be hanging on to this record. Division Bell, not that high if I were to rank my favorite Pink Floyd records. I'm a huge Pink Floyd fan. Division Bell, of course, is missing Roger Waters. And say what you want to say about Roger, to me, he brings the angst to Pink Floyd, and he's such a driving creative force, such a great writer and arranger. Pink Floyd's just not the same without him. He might have been hard to work with, but wow, he made some great music, and the four together, the chemistry of the four together, it was just amazing and such a part of my youth, and continues to be a part of my middle age, and I'm sure I'll still be listening to him when I'm an old man. It's just David, Richard, and Nick. Yeah, I refer to them on a first name basis. So it's nice to hear what they were doing in '94. That part's fun. And the song High Hopes is a great song to me. It's up there in favorite songs. But the rest of the album doesn't excite me as much as their '70s stuff and earlier. But I believe, I want to say Roger Waters didn't really say very nice things about the Division Bell. I think he called it absolute rubbish, which I don't agree. I don't think it's absolute rubbish, but that's a very classic thing for Roger to say. But anyway, if you have that in your collection, you've got about a $350 to $450 album. I'm sure if you have it in your collection, you already know that you have it, but you might not have known that it's actually worth some money. And so it's also worth seeing whether early and mid 90s releases that you have that are on vinyl, and look those up. Look up those catalog numbers. Make sure they're an early edition, and hang on to them. Enjoy the music on a very nice record player so you don't damage the vinyl. Like I said, mine's already open. That's all right. It's meant to be enjoyed. I'll always treasure it. Thanks for watching. If you want other interesting music talk or music tutorials, please subscribe so you'll know when I post them. Thanks for watching.